Dwight Manfredi and his team find out there might be a target on their backs after Dwight suffers an attack the night before. He gets the group together to let them know they need to watch their backs, with trouble lurking around every corner, but Body isn't particularly pleased by the developments. Heroes and Villains, the fourth episode of Season 2 of Paramount Plus crime drama series Tulsa King, explores the fallout from Bill Bevilacqua and Don Charles Chicky Invernizzi's joint attempt to assassinate Dwight, the General Manfredi. Despite shooting the assassin as a means of revenge against his rivals, the former mafia capo's actions have a negative impact on his family and economic empire. Cal Thresher experiences problems at his company while the two mafia bosses attempt to neutralize their shared menace. Even though Goody shows Dwight how faithful he is, the latter might have to deal with Armand Manny Trucy's hesitant devotion to him. Heroes and Villains opens with Dwight, the General Manfredi, handling the fallout from Caputo's assassination, which was orchestrated as a warning to Bill Bevilacqua. The former mafia leader worries about his loved ones and business acquaintances' safety after coming dangerously close to death. His anxious demeanor persuades Joanne Manfredi, his younger sister, that something is up. When she confronts him, she finds out that her brother almost died the night before. When he tells Body the specifics of what transpired at Bread 2 Buck, the latter becomes quite alarmed. Tyson Mitchell calms down the marijuana dealer after he makes it clear that he has no interest in being involved in the mafia conflict. Dwight, Body, and Tyson travel to Galena with Mitch Keller in order to further the former's commercial endeavors, particularly a wind farm. Body plans to use the energy generated by purchasing the land to construct cannabis fields in order to produce more marijuana. The landowner, Med Hat, requests that 20% of the energy generated there go toward helping the underprivileged members of his Native American community. When the son of the indigenous leader demands a 20% profit share from the cannabis production, Dwight agrees to the demand but backs out of the agreement. When Hat reveals that they have gotten an offer from Cal Thresher, who finds out about this business trip from Manny, the former mafia capo concludes that it is ridiculous. The struggle between Thresher and Dwight is getting more intense, and Dwight is determined not to let him take the wind farm. Then Body tells his boss that he can pull the deal through. Hat, meanwhile, offers the government a subsidy to fix the wind farms, but the former mafia boss teams up with the chief of the Native American tribe to take control of the property. Body provides him an approximate time frame for when he can begin work at the farm. At Donnie Shore's Auto Corral, Dwight and Mitch proceed to purchase the car dealership. The General Motors recognizes the potential in the deal and purchases the store when the businessman offers General Motors his transferable partnership. Bill Bevilacqua understands Dwight Manfredi's message when he finds Caputo's lifeless body at the mansion's gate. The specific course of events greatly unsettles him. He makes a demand for an explanation and calls Chicky Invernizzi. The mafia boss from New York tells his counterpart in Kansas City how Goody betrayed him by working with Dwight to thwart their scheme. Bevilacqua listens to Chicky and requests a solution rather than a cry about the latter's inability to carry out an assassination plot. The head of the Invernizzi family requests further time to create a new strategy. Vince Antonacci, Chicky's right-hand man, answers the phone when Bevilacqua calls again. The capo from NYC says he'd want to work with the guy from Kansas City to figure out a way to get rid of Dwight, the headache that both of them have. Vince tells him that they will communicate again via the appropriate channels, suggesting that the two mafia groups have a long-term alliance. They might not be able to take action on their own, though, particularly once Goody demonstrates his allegiance to the general. Since Manny is the only member of Dwight's companions who cannot be bought, the consigliere of the Manfredi family has made it clear that he cannot be bought. As things stand, Cal Thresher's help might be required for Bevilacqua and Chicky to take any action against Dwight. As the well-known businessman was the one who brought the mafia boss from Kansas City to Tulsa to take on the general, a cooperation seems inevitable. In addition, Thresher had already lost twice to Dwight, the first being his relationship with Med Hat and the second being Dwight's acquittal. To defeat his adversary, the businessman will probably have to work with Chicky and Bevilacqua. Cal Thresher's focus shifts to his business associate Jackie Ming as he handles Dwight Manfredi. He finds out that the Chinese man has been growing marijuana on his land and making heroin. The businessman requests that the heroin production be completely stopped because he can no longer put up with Jackie's behavior. In addition, he demands a share of the drug sales as payment for doing the same on his land. In response to Thresher's requests, the Chinese dealer kills a man who stole marijuana from the farm with great savagery. No one can manage him, he continues, suggesting that even the American businessman shouldn't attempt. In the second episode of the sophomore season, Dwight reads a newspaper article about the unavoidable presence of the Chinese underworld in Tulsa's crime and drug scene. This article can be linked to Jackie's notoriety and strength. Jackie may be an enforcer on Thresher's farm as well as a part of this underworld. He has significant support, as seen by his confidence in his ability to oppose the American businessman in spite of the latter's relationship with the U.S. attorney. He must be using the Chinese underworld's guidance to produce heroin on the farm. Thus, in exchange for Thresher's help in killing Dwight, Bill Bevilacqua might turn to the Mafia for assistance in exacting revenge on Jackie.